My precious child, come closer, and let the heavy weight you have been carrying fall at my feet. I have watched you in the quiet hours of the night when the silence felt too loud and the bed felt too empty. I have seen the way you replay the moments of departure, searching for where you went wrong or what you could have said to make them stay. Listen to my voice now, for it is the only truth that remains when all other voices fade. The one who walked away from you did not leave because you were insufficient. They left because they were blind to the divine radiance I placed within your soul. But I tell you this with the authority of the Creator. The distance they created is becoming a mirror. In the coldness of the world they chose, they are beginning to feel the absence of your warmth. They are starting to realize that the peace they found in your presence was not a product of chance, but a rare gift from my own heart. Even now, in their moments of solitude, my spirit is whispering to them of what they lost, and the realization is a slow, steady ache that will lead them to understand your true worth. You were a treasure they were not yet equipped to hold, and while they wander in the shadows of their own choices, I am polishing you into a diamond that will shine for all the world to see. I know the knots in your stomach when you think about your finances, the way your breath hitches when you look at the numbers that do not seem to add up. You feel as though you are standing on the edge of a precipice, wondering if the ground will hold. My beloved, I am the ground. I am the provider of the manna in the desert and the water from the rock. Do not let anxiety rob you of the breath I have given you for today. I am moving pieces on the chessboard of your life that you cannot see. I am opening doors in high places and softening the hearts of those who hold the keys to your advancement. A miracle is not merely a possibility, it is your inheritance. Very soon, the scarcity that has haunted your dreams will be replaced by an overflow that will leave you breathless with gratitude. I am not a God of just enough. I am the God of more than enough. Your bank account is not the measure of my favor, but my favor will certainly reach into your bank account. Trust me when I say that the provision you need is already on its way, traveling toward you with the speed of my promise. Your loneliness has been a season of refinement, though I know it has felt like a desert. I have allowed the noise to quiet so that you could finally hear the beat of my heart for you. You have felt abandoned by those you trusted, but I have never moved from your side. Every tear you have shed has been caught in my bottle, and every sigh of your spirit has been recorded in my book. You are never truly alone, for I am the atmosphere you breathe and the strength in your bones. I am bringing a new tribe to you, people whose spirits will recognize yours, whose hands will help you build, and whose love will be a reflection of my own unconditional grace. The days of feeling like an outcast are over. You are being positioned for a community that will honor the mantle I have placed upon your shoulders. Do not look back at the ones who left with longing. Look forward at the ones I am bringing with purpose. I want you to rest tonight in the certainty that you are my masterpiece. I did not make a mistake when I formed you. The scars you carry are not signs of weakness, but proof of your survival and the blueprints for your victory. I am turning your mourning into dancing, and your ashes into beauty. The one who walked away will eventually see the garden I have grown in the place where they left a wasteland, and they will know that it was I, the Lord, who brought the rain. But by then, you will be so filled with my glory and the abundance I have poured into your life that their realization will simply be a testament to my faithfulness, not a requirement for your happiness. You are entering a season of suddenlies, sudden breakthroughs, sudden healings, and sudden restorations. ID 12,540 is the mark of this new beginning. Stand tall, my child. The wind is changing, and it is blowing in your favor. I love you with an everlasting love, and I will never let you go. Watch now as the morning light stretches across the floor of your kitchen, the very place where you once knelt in a cosmic silence, wondering if I had forgotten your name. I was there in the tiles beneath your knees, and I am here now in the steam rising from your cup. You have spent so long measuring your worth by the void they left behind, looking at the empty chair and the silent phone as if they were mirrors reflecting your value. But I am shifting your gaze. I am peeling back the veil so you can see the architecture of the new life I have been building in the secret places. The one who walked away did not take your future with them. They only cleared the space for the abundance that was always meant to be yours. They saw you as a winter branch, brittle and bare, and they did not believe that spring lived in your marrow. But I am the God of the hidden sap, the God of the root that refuses to die. Even now, they are beginning to notice the change in the atmosphere surrounding your name. They hear your laughter in the distance, perhaps through a mutual friend or a passing word, and it carries a weight, a resonance it never had before because it is no longer fueled by their approval. It is fueled by my joy. I am bringing you into a season where your presence will be a magnetic force. The people I am sending, the ones who will make up your new tribe, will not need an explanation of your scars. They will see them and recognize the map of a survivor. They will bring oil for your head and a song for your weary heart. You will find yourself sitting at a table where you are not just tolerated, but celebrated. There is a woman with silver in her hair and a heart of fire who is moving toward your path. She carries the wisdom you have been seeking for years. There is a young man who will look to you as a lighthouse, and in mentoring him, you will find the final pieces of your own healing. This is the community of the mantle. Regarding the one who turned their back, let them watch. Not so you can gloat, for that is not my heart in you, but so they can witness the sovereignty of the Creator. They will see the desert of your isolation blooming with lilies of the field and sturdy oaks of righteousness. They will realize that when they walked away, they didn't just leave a person, they walked away from a miracle in progress. They will see the ID 12,540 manifest in your life as a code of divine protection and favor that they cannot replicate or steal. It is a signature of ownership that says you belong to the Most High. I am touching the very memories that used to sting, turning the sharp edges of betrayal into the smooth stones of a foundation. You will no longer walk with a spirit of apology. You will not shrink when you enter a room. For I have crowned you with a beauty that does not fade with age or circumstance. Feel the warmth in your chest right now. That is my hand pressing against your heart, steadying the rhythm, removing the palpitations of anxiety. I am the architect of your suddenlies. Suddenly, the debt that felt like a chain will be broken by an unexpected provision. Suddenly, the body that felt like a prison will feel like a temple of strength as I breathe life into your joints and clarity into your mind. Suddenly, the loneliness that felt like a permanent shadow will be chased away by the bright company of those who truly see you. We are not done, my beloved. This is the unfolding. The garden is lush, the fruit is ripening, and the gates are swinging open. You are not a victim of a departure. You are the beneficiary of a divine redirection. Every tear you shed has been bottled and turned into the very rain that is now causing your life to flourish beyond your wildest imagination. Trust the process of the pruning, for the harvest is going to be greater than the loss. The one who left will look back and see a palace where they thought they left a ruin. They will realize that the light they thought they provided was actually coming from you all along. They will see you walking in a grace that is incomprehensible to them, and in that moment, my faithfulness will be vindicated. But you will be too busy tending to the new souls I have brought into your care, too busy breathing the fresh air of your deliverance, to be bothered by their late realization. You are entering a sacred momentum. Your feet are being set on a path of gold, and every step you take is ordered by my wisdom. I am healing the very cells of your being that recorded the trauma of being abandoned. I am rewriting your DNA with the promise of being chosen. You are my chosen one. You are the apple of my eye. The world will try to label you by your past, but I label you by your purpose. The ID 12,540 is your new identity, a citizen of the kingdom of light, a joint heir to the riches of my glory. Do not fear the silence of the night anymore, for the night is when I am weaving the tapestry of your tomorrow. Rest your head, my child. The angels are standing guard at your four corners. The breakthrough is not coming, it is already here, knocking at your door. Open your heart and let the fullness of my love wash away the last remnants of the old season. You are new. You are whole. You are loved beyond measure. Consider the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap, yet I feed them. How much more will I do for you, the one I have redeemed? I am opening windows of opportunity that no man can shut. I am bringing you before great people not because of your own striving, but because of my favor. The one who walked away will see you standing in high places, and they will remember the person they thought they knew, only to find that person has been swallowed up by my glory. They will look for the brokenness they caused, but they will only find wholeness. They will look for the bitterness they expected, but they will only find a river of peace. This is my promise to you. I will make the place of your feet glorious. I am restoring the years that the locusts have eaten. I am the God of the second wind, and I am breathing it into your lungs right now. Deepen your breath. Expand your capacity to receive. For what I am doing in you is not just for you, but for the generations that will follow your lead. You are a pioneer of hope. You are a vessel of my light. And the one who walked away will eventually realize that in leaving you, they left the very source of the blessing they are now searching for elsewhere. Listen to the rhythm of the rain against your window. It is a symphony of renewal. I am washing away the footprints of those who walked out, clearing the path for those who are walking in. I am specifically touching your finances, my child. The scarcity that kept you awake at night is being replaced by a bounty that will allow you to be a blessing to others. I am touching your physical body, the places where stress has left its mark, and I am commanding life to flow. I am restoring your sleep, giving you dreams of the future instead of nightmares of the past. You are being positioned for influence. You are being prepared for a love that is steady, a love that does not run when things get difficult, a love that reflects my own. The one who walked away will be a distant memory, a character in a chapter that you have already finished reading. You are in a new book now. The ink is fresh and the story is beautiful. I am your author and your finisher. Stay close to me. Lean into my presence. For in me, you have everything you ever lost and more than you ever dreamed of regaining. Look out upon the landscape of your life and notice the subtle shifts in the soil. You have been mourning the harvest that was trampled, but I am the Lord of the second growth. The person who decided you were not enough is currently standing in a dry place, wondering why the atmosphere feels so thin. They are searching for the resonance of my voice in the faces of strangers, not realizing that I spoke to them through the kindness of your heart. In time, the realization will hit them like a sudden rain in the desert, that what they abandoned was not a burden, but their very lifeline to the miraculous. While they wander, I am anchoring you. I am digging your roots deeper into the bedrock of my love. I am specifically looking at the documents on your desk, the letters of concern, the ledgers that do not balance. I am breathing over those numbers. I am bringing alignment where there has been chaos. You will see a supernatural provision that makes no sense to the logical mind. It will come through a phone call, a forgotten inheritance, or an unexpected promotion that skips the line of seniority. I am doing this so that you can be the storehouse for those who are hungry. Your physical body is responding to this shift. The inflammation caused by the fire of betrayal is being quenched by the cool waters of my spirit. I am mending the microscopic tears in your heart, those invisible wounds that no physician could reach. You will walk with a new posture, your head held high, not in pride, but in the quiet confidence of the redeemed. Your sleep will no longer be a battlefield of what-ifs and should-haves. I am stationing angels at the four corners of your bed, guardians of your peace. Your dreams will become a canvas where I paint the blueprints of your future. You will see colors you have never seen before, shades of hope and hues of destiny, and you will wake up with a clarity that dispels every cloud of confusion. The love that is coming for you is not a whisper. It is a declaration. It will be a love that is patient and kind, a love that sees your scars and recognizes them as the markings of a survivor, a veteran of grace. This person will not be intimidated by your strength, for they have been forged in a similar fire and carry the same fragrance of the furnace. Together, you will be a force that cannot be reckoned with, a light that illuminates the darkest corners of your community. The one who walked away will hear of your peace. They will hear of your joy, and it will be a mystery to them. They will try to reconcile the person they left with the person you have become, but they will find the math does not work. They will realize that they traded a diamond for a handful of dust, a wellspring for a cracked cistern. But you, my child, will be far too busy tending to the garden of your new life to look back with anything but compassion. You are growing things that are eternal. You are cultivating a legacy that will outlive your physical years, reaching down into the lives of your children and your children's children. I am sharpening your intuition. That still small voice within that tells you which way to turn. You will sense the move of my spirit before it even manifests in the physical realm. You will walk into rooms, and the atmosphere will change because of the peace you carry. This is the weight of my glory upon you, a weight that does not crush but empowers. The one who left thought they were leaving a person. They didn't realize they were walking away from a divine portal. Their absence has created a hollow space that I am now filling with the intoxicating fullness of my presence. I am teaching you the art of divine stillness, the power of the pause. In this stillness, you will hear the secrets of the kingdom. You will receive strategies for your business that will cause others to wonder at your insight. You will find wisdom for your family that heals generational rifts. You will receive a new song for your soul, a melody that carries the frequency of heaven. Do not fear the unknown, for the unknown is where I do my best work. It is my favorite canvas. I am the architect of the impossible, the builder of the broken. I am weaving the frayed and broken threads of your narrative into a tapestry of such intricate beauty that it will be used as a testimony for years to come. Your story is not a tragedy. It is an epic of redemption. Keep your eyes on me. The distractions of the past are losing their magnetic pull. The voices of condemnation are being silenced by the roar of my love for you. You are my masterpiece, and I am not finished with you yet. I am even now rearranging the stars of your destiny. I am bringing people into your life who will pour into you, who will sharpen you, and who will hold your arms up when you are tired. You are entering a season of suddenlies. Sudden breakthroughs, sudden healings, sudden doors opening. The desert you walked through was not meant to kill you, but to kill the things in you that would have hindered your flight. Now you are light. Now you are free. The weight is gone. The sky is open. Feel the warmth of my smile upon your face. It is the only validation you need. The world will try to label you by your past, but I label you by your future. You are a becoming being. You are becoming the very answer to the prayers you prayed in the dark. Every moment of waiting was a moment of refining. You are gold. You are refined, and you are ready for the weight of the blessing that is descending upon you even now. Do not hold back. Do not play small to make others comfortable. Shine with the intensity of 1,000 suns, for you are reflecting me. And even as you ascend, there is a reckoning of the heart occurring in the shadows you have left behind. For those who chose to step out of your orbit, thinking they were escaping a burden, will soon find they have escaped the very source of their warmth. I am allowing a holy gravity to pull at their memories. They will sit in the silence of rooms they thought would be more peaceful without you, only to find the silence is heavy with the weight of what they discarded. They walked away from the you that was under construction, never realizing they were standing on the threshold of a finished palace. I am sharpening the contrast between your restoration and their stagnation. While you are being watered by the springs of my presence, they will begin to notice the drought in their own spirits. They will see you from a distance, perhaps in the way you carry your head higher, or the way your laughter now carries a resonance it never had before, and they will feel a sudden, sharp pang of recognition. They will recognize that the broken one was actually the chosen one. I am making your life a living testament to the fact that when I am for you, it does not matter who went against you or who left you behind. I am filling your hands with the fruits of a harvest they did not stay to plant. They will hear of your successes, your peace, and your unshakable joy, and it will be as if they are watching a sunrise from the bottom of a well. This is not for your vengeance, but for my vindication. You see, I am a God of justice, and part of that justice is revealing the true value of what was treated as common. You were never common. You were a hidden treasure, and they lacked the eyes to see the gold beneath the dust. But now, as I polish you, the shine will be unavoidable. They will remember the nights you stayed awake praying for them, and they will realize that the hedge of protection they once enjoyed was woven from your very breath. Now that you have moved on, that hedge has moved with you. They will feel the sudden chill of the wind. They will notice the doors that used to open easily are now heavy. And in those moments, they will know. They will know that they didn't just lose a person, they lost a portal to my grace. But you, my beloved, must not linger on their realization. Your path is forward, into the deep blues and vibrant golds of the destiny I have carved for you. I am bringing you into rooms where your name is already known and respected. I am aligning you with souls who will see your scars not as flaws, but as the stripes of a conqueror. I am giving you a new language, a vocabulary of hope that will replace the stuttering of your previous anxieties. Look at the garden of your life. Where there were thorns, I am planting myrtles. Where there was scorched earth, I am laying down carpets of emerald moss. You will walk softly, but with the power of an army. I am even now preparing a table for you, and those who left will have to watch from the periphery as I personally serve you the bread of life and the wine of joy. Your cup will not just be full, it will be a cascading waterfall, refreshing everyone you touch. The one who walked away thought they were the prize you lost, but I am flipping the script so they see you are the blessing they couldn't afford to keep. This realization will be their catalyst for change, but it will no longer be your responsibility to carry their growth. I have detached your soul from their anchor. You are now tied only to me, the anchor that holds within the veil. Feel the lightness in your chest. That is the absence of their expectations. Feel the fire in your spirit. That is the presence of my purpose. We are going further, deeper, higher. The landscape of your life is changing from a flat plain of survival to a mountain range of glory. Every peak you climb will offer a view of how far I have brought you. Do not fear the altitude. I have given you the feet of a deer to tread upon your high places. The air is thinner here, purer, away from the smog of earthly opinions. Here, in the heights, you will hear my voice with a clarity that will make your old doubts seem like a distant, faded whisper. You are being reauthored. The ink I am using is permanent and golden. It tells a story of a soul that refused to die in the winter and chose to bloom in the midst of a frost. You are that soul. You are my resilient one. And as you shine, you are teaching the world and the one who left that nothing is ever truly lost when it is placed in my hands. I am the great multiplier. What was taken from you, I am returning sevenfold in spirit, in peace, and in power. Rest in this truth. Your worth was never determined by their ability to see it. Your worth was determined by the price I paid for you. And that price was everything. So walk on, my beautiful masterpiece. There are continents of grace yet to be discovered in your heart, and I am the explorer leading you through every one of them. Look now at the garden of your days, for the soil you thought was scorched is beginning to push forth blooms that have no name in the languages of men. You once stood in the doorway of that empty room, counting the things they took with them. The furniture, the shared jokes, the quiet reliability of a routine you thought was love. But I want you to look at what they left behind, the space. In that space, I am building a cathedral. Every square inch of the void they created is being filled with the architecture of my presence. You used to wake up and reach for a hand that was already withdrawing, a heart that was already miles away. Now, when you wake, I want you to notice the way the morning light catches the dust motes in the air, turning a simple bedroom into a sanctuary of gold. You are learning that solitude is not a prison. It is a laboratory where I am refining your gold. Even now, in the quietude of your kitchen as you brew your tea, I am there. I am in the steam that rises, a reminder that your prayers are constantly ascending. You are being conditioned for a weight of glory that the person who left simply did not have the strength to carry. They were looking for a candle to light their way, but I have called you to be a sun. They could not handle the heat of your transformation, so they retreated into the shadows of the familiar. But do not pity yourself, and do not harbor bitterness. Bitterness is a heavy stone that will only slow your ascent. Instead, breathe in the fragrance of your new freedom. There is a specific kind of peace that only comes when you realize that the person you were so afraid to lose was actually the only thing standing between you and your destiny. They were a ceiling you mistook for a floor. Now that the ceiling is gone, there is nothing but the infinite sky between us. Can you feel the shift in your bones? The way you carry your shoulders now, not hunched in defense, but square in sovereignty. You are no longer performing for an audience of one who was never truly watching. You are living for the audience of one who never looks away. And as you walk this path of restoration, a strange thing is beginning to happen in the spiritual realm. The one who walked away is beginning to feel the first tremors of the void you once occupied. They thought that by leaving, they were shedding a burden, but they will soon realize they were discarding a fountain. In the world, they will find many mirrors, but none that reflect their true self with the grace that you did. They will look for your fire in others and find only the cold ash of transactional affection. They will reach for the depth they once took for granted and find only the shallow puddles of the mundane. This is not my vengeance. This is the natural law of the Spirit. One cannot walk away from a portal of my grace and expect the atmosphere to remain the same. The air around them is becoming thin and stale, while the air around you is becoming rich with the oxygen of heaven. You are becoming a mystery they can no longer solve, a song they can no longer hum. I am changing your frequency. The things that used to trigger your tears are becoming the very things that trigger your laughter, for you see the smallness of the enemy's tactics now. You remember the nights you spent weeping on the floor, thinking your life was over. I was there, collecting every tear in a bottle of crystal, and I am now pouring those tears back out onto the dry ground of your future. They are watering the seeds of a joy that is unshakable. Think of the specific moments of your day, the way you now choose your clothes not to please a critical eye, but to celebrate the body I have given you. The way you walk through the grocery store and realize you are no longer checking your phone for a message that will never come. You are present. You are here. And because you are here with me, you are more powerful than you have ever been. We are rewriting the definition of enough. You used to think you were not enough for them. Now I am showing you that they were simply not ready for the too much that I have placed within you. You are an overflowing cup. You are a landslide of mercy. You are a forest fire of purpose, and as you continue to climb, do not look back to see if they are watching. They are. From the valley of their own making, they will see your silhouette against the rising sun on the mountain peak, and they will know. They will know that the peace you have is not something they gave you, and therefore, it is not something they could ever take away. They will see the radiance of a soul that has been kissed by the Creator, and they will finally understand the value of what they walked away from. But by then, you will be so far ahead, so deeply immersed in the more that I have for you, that their realization will be but a soft whisper in the wind of your progress. Your heart is being stretched to hold new types of love, love for the broken, love for the unlovely, and most importantly, a holy love for the person you see in the mirror. You are discovering that you are your own best company when I am the third chord in that union. We are entering a season of suddenlies. Suddenly, the doors that were locked will swing open. Suddenly, the people who are meant to run beside you will appear on the horizon. Suddenly, the pain that felt like a permanent limb will be gone, replaced by a phantom sensation of lightness. You are not just surviving a departure, you are mastering an arrival. You are arriving at the truest version of yourself, the one I spoke into existence before the foundations of the world were laid. The one who left was only a character in one chapter, but I am the author of the entire book. And believe me when I tell you, the plot is about to take a turn that will leave you breathless with gratitude. Rest your head on my promises tonight. Let the rhythm of my heart be your lullaby. You are safe. You are seen. You are becoming a wonder. Even now, in the quiet corners of your apartment, where you once wept for a presence that felt like oxygen, I am teaching you to breathe a different air, the pure, untainted atmosphere of my grace. You see, when they walked away, they didn't just take their belongings, they inadvertently took the veil that was obscuring your vision. You are starting to notice the way the light hits the floorboards at 3 in the afternoon, a golden reminder that my timing is always perfect. Think of those nights when you paced the hallway, your heart a heavy stone in your chest, wondering what you lacked. I was there, counting every step, whispering that your perceived lack was actually an overflowing of my preservation. They could not stay because they were not built for the depth of the waters you are destined to swim in. They were content with the shallows, with the predictable, with the safe reflections of themselves that you provided. But I have called you to the deep. As you tend to the garden of your life, the one they thought would wither without their hand, they will eventually pass by and see the blooms. They will see the vibrant colors of your resilience, the sturdy stalks of your new boundaries, and the sweet fruit of a peace that surpasses all understanding. They will realize that the nothing they thought they were leaving you with was actually the everything I was using to rebuild you. I am looking at your hands right now. They no longer tremble when you reach for the future. You are beginning to handle the tools of your purpose with a steady confidence. That business plan you've been sketching on the back of receipts, that melody you've been humming in the shower, that book you've started writing in the margins of your mind, these are not distractions. They are the architecture of your more. I am the one who gives the seed to the sower, and I have seen the way you have sowed in tears. The harvest is coming, and it will be so bountiful that the one who walked away will not even recognize the landscape of your life. They will look for the person they knew, the one who was easily tilted by their moods and defined by their presence, but they will find a monument to my mercy instead. You are becoming unshakable, not because you are hard, but because you are rooted. Your roots are going deep into the soil of my love, drawing up nutrients from trials you thought would kill you. Do you remember the day you finally stopped checking their social media? That was the day you started looking into my eyes again. In my eyes, you see not a shadow of who you were, but the brilliant silhouette of who you are becoming. There is a specific joy I am preparing for you, a laughter that will bubble up from your belly and surprise you in the middle of a mundane Tuesday. It will be the laughter of a woman or a man who has realized that the loss was actually a divine trade. You gave up a tether to get a set of wings. You gave up a small, flickering candle to step into the noonday sun. I am orchestrating a meeting, not with the ghost of your past, but with the architects of your future. There are people being prepared even now, in distant places and unexpected circles, who have been praying for someone exactly like you. They will not walk away. They will walk with you. They will recognize the gold in your spirit because they have been refined in the same fire. But before I bring them, I want you to enjoy this season of us. I want you to fall so deeply in love with the way I love you that no human affection could ever become an idol again. When you walk through the grocery store and see their favorite brand, and your heart doesn't skip a beat with sorrow, but instead pulses with a quiet, detached pity, you will know you are healed. You will realize that they didn't take your value with them. They just left their seat at the table of your life, making room for the king. The one who walked away will eventually experience the weight of the silence you've left behind. They will realize that your presence was a grace they didn't earn and a light they couldn't sustain. They will look for your essence in others and find only echoes. But you will be busy. You will be busy building, busy loving, busy being the wonder I created. Do not rush this process. Every tear that fell was a drop of water on the seeds of your destiny. Every lonely night was a lesson in the sufficiency of my companionship. You are not a victim of a departure. You are the victor of a transformation. The plot is thickening, my child. The pages are turning faster now. You feel that stir in your spirit. That is the sound of the suddenlies moving from the horizon to your front door. The keys you lost are being replaced by keys to new realms, new opportunities, and new levels of intimacy with me. Stay in the peace. Stay in the light. We are just getting to the best part of the story. Think of the specific way you used to dim your light just to keep them from feeling overshadowed. You would soften your voice, hide your achievements, and hold back your dreams so they wouldn't feel the sting of their own stagnation. But now, in the space they vacated, I am teaching you to burn at full intensity. There is no one to appease, no one to manage, and no one to soothe at the expense of your own soul. I am watching you reclaim the colors you once thought were too bright. Look at your hands. They are no longer reaching out to catch someone who wanted to fall. They are now open to receive the abundance I am pouring out. I see you in your kitchen, the one that once felt like a battlefield of unspoken tensions. Now, it is a sanctuary. The simple act of brewing tea has become a liturgy of peace. When you sit by the window and watch the world go by, you are not watching it pass you by anymore. You are watching the stage being set for your next act. The one who left will one day find themselves in a moment of profound quiet, and in that quiet, your absence will roar. They will remember the way you prayed for them, the way you believed in them when they didn't believe in themselves, and the way you carried their burdens as if they were your own. They will realize that they didn't just walk away from a person, they walked away from a portal of my blessing. Because you were in their life, my favor was spilling over onto them. Now that you are gone, that umbrella of protection has moved with you. They will feel the chill of the world without the warmth of your intercession. But you must not look back to see if they are shivering. You must keep your eyes on the path I have blazed for you. It is a path of high places and wide-open spaces. I am bringing you into a season of divine alignment. Everything that was out of joint is being snapped back into place. Your physical health, your mental clarity, and your spiritual discernment are all being upgraded. You will find yourself speaking with a new authority. When you talk about your journey, people won't just hear a story of survival. They will hear a manual for victory. I am putting a new song in your mouth, a song of deliverance that will break the chains of those who listen to you. You are becoming a beacon. And a beacon doesn't go looking for ships. It simply stands tall and shines so that the ships can find their way home. The one who left was a ship that refused the light, but there are whole fleets waiting for the guidance you are now equipped to give. Do you feel the lightness in your chest today? That is the weight of their expectations being replaced by the easy yoke of my purpose. You used to carry the responsibility for their happiness, a burden I never asked you to bear. Now, you only carry the joy of my presence. This is the more I promised. It is more than just another relationship or a better job. It is the more of being fully alive, fully seen, and fully loved by the one who will never leave nor forsake you. We are building something beautiful. You and I, it is a life that stands as a testament to the fact that nothing lost in my name is ever truly gone. It is only exchanged for something eternal. So, when the memory of their departure tries to knock on the door of your heart, let me answer it. Let the peace that guards your mind be the one to say, there is no one here by that name anymore. For the person they left no longer exists. You have been born again in the fire of this trial, and the one who stands here now is a stranger to the shadows of the past. You are a masterpiece in progress, and the brushstrokes I am making today are bold, vibrant, and permanent. Rest in that. Breathe in the certainty that you are exactly where you need to be to receive what I have prepared. Look at the small things, the details of the day you once overlooked when your eyes were blurred by the tears of their rejection. See how the morning light now rests upon the ceramic mug in your hands, the one you bought because it felt like a promise of a new beginning, not because it matched someone else's kitchen. You are learning to taste your own life again. Every sip of peace is a reclamation of the territory the enemy tried to steal. The one who walked away did so because they could not handle the expansion of your soul. They wanted a version of you that could be contained in a small box, a version they could control or predict. But I have always intended for you to be vast, like the horizon they were too afraid to sail toward. They will realize what they lost, not because I am a God of vengeance, but because I am a God of truth. Truth has a way of catching up to a person when the noise of their own ego finally settles. They will sit in a crowded room one day and feel a sudden, inexplicable coldness, and they will remember the warmth of the spirit I poured into you. They will reach for the phone, or the memory, or the habit of your kindness, and they will grasp only handfuls of air. This is the natural consequence of walking away from a burning bush because you didn't want to take off your shoes. You were holy ground, and they treated you like common soil. But look at you now. You are no longer waiting for their footsteps on the porch. Instead, you are listening for the rhythm of my heart within your own. I have moved you into a sanctuary of stillness. Do you remember how you used to apologize for the space you took up? How you would soften your voice and dim your insights just so they wouldn't feel overshadowed? That time is over. I am calling you to speak with the authority of someone who has survived the furnace. Notice the new people I am bringing across your path, the neighbor who needs the very wisdom you gained in your darkest hour, the colleague who sees the something different about you and is drawn to the peace you carry. These are the first vessels of the fleet I told you about. You are becoming a destination for the weary. And as for the one who left, do not spend your precious energy wondering when the realization will hit them. It is already written in the stars of their own destiny. They will look for your reflection in every person they meet and find only fragments of what was once whole in you. They will try to recreate the magic of your presence with others, only to find that the magic wasn't in the activities or the words, but in the anointing I placed upon your life. While they are wandering through the echoes of what used to be, I am taking you into the what is. I am teaching you the language of the birds in the early morning, the secret dialect of the wind through the pines. These are the whispers of my grace. I want you to look at the scars on your heart and see them as the intricate carvings on a cathedral wall. They are not signs of damage, they are signs of architecture. You are being built into a house of prayer, a house of healing. There is a deep, resonant joy coming, a joy that does not depend on the absence of sorrow but flourishes right in the middle of it. Can you feel the shift in your bones? The way you stand taller now, not out of pride, but out of a quiet, unshakable dignity. You are my beloved. The opinion of a person who could not see my image in you is a feather in the wind compared to the weight of my glory that is settling upon you. Stay in this moment with me. Don't rush ahead to the why or the when. Just be here in the with me. I am ironing out the creases of your anxiety. I am filling the hollow places where their words used to rattle. I am giving you a name that only I know, a name that signifies your victory over the abandonment that tried to define you. You are defined by my presence, not their absence. You are defined by my yes, not their no. Let the silence of their departure be the space where my voice becomes your primary melody. We are just beginning the most beautiful chapter of your life, the one where you stop trying to be enough for someone else and realize you are more than enough because I am within you. The one who left will one day see the silhouette of the person you have become, and they will realize that they didn't just walk away from a person, they walked away from a miracle. But by then, you will be so far along the path of my purpose that their realization will be nothing more than a distant sound, like a leaf falling in a forest you have already passed through. Rest, my child. The work is mine. The growth is mine. The glory is mine. And the joy is yours to keep forever. Observe the quiet rhythm of your heart now, how it beats without the frantic stutter of an apology. For so long, you adjusted your frequency to match a signal that was never meant for you, and in that straining, you lost the sound of your own soul. But look at you now. Can you see the way the light catches the edges of your life? It is no longer filtered through the lens of someone else's approval. I am rebuilding your walls with stones of fire and windows of pure clarity. Every time you walk through your kitchen in the morning, making that first cup of tea without the heavy expectation of someone else's mood weighing down the air, that is my peace. Every time you sit in the car and don't feel the need to rehearse what you'll say to justify your existence, that is my freedom. You are learning that you are not a difficult person to love. You were simply trying to be loved by someone who had not yet learned how to see. Do not mourn the years you feel were wasted in the waiting rooms of their heart. Those years were not lost. They were the winter that prepared the soil for the bloom that is now beginning to break through the frost. I am using the very memories that used to make you flinch, the cold silences, the subtle dismissals, the way they looked past you as if you were a ghost, and I am turning them into the testimony of your strength. There is a specific kind of beauty that only comes from being broken and then mended by my hand. It is like the gold that fills the cracks in shattered pottery, making the vessel more valuable than it was when it was whole. The one who left will eventually encounter this beauty, though not in the way they expect. They will move through their life, thinking they have successfully pruned a branch that was not bearing fruit, only to realize that they actually uprooted the very tree that provided their shade. They will see you from a distance, perhaps in the way you carry yourself through a crowded room, or the way your laughter now has a resonant, grounded depth, and a sudden, sharp realization will pierce through their indifference. They will see that you were never the problem. You were the blessing they weren't ready to carry. They will realize that while they were looking for someone who fit into the small, cramped boxes of their own insecurities, they walked away from a soul that was meant to soar. They will see the glow of my favor upon you, a glow that doesn't come from vanity, but from the indwelling of my spirit. And in that moment, the weight of their choice will settle upon them like a leaden cloak. They will see the miracle of your resilience, the miracle of your joy, and they will understand that by leaving you, They left the closest thing to my heart they would ever touch. But look at me, my beloved. Do not turn your head back to see if they are watching yet. Their realization is a certainty of the spiritual law, a harvest they must reap in their own time, but it is not your concern. Your concern is the new garden we are planting. Do you remember those dreams you tucked away in the back of your mind because they were too much for someone else to handle? The way you wanted to paint the world in colors they called too bright. Or that career path you hesitated to take because you feared your success would make them feel small. I am bringing those dreams out of the shadows. I am breathing life into the passions you smothered to keep their pilot light burning. Notice the way your hands are beginning to itch for the work you were born to do. Notice how your mind is clearing, making room for the divine strategies and creative overflows that were previously blocked by the static of their criticism. I am setting a table for you in the presence of those who doubted you, but the purpose of this table is not to gloat. It is to nourish you for the journey ahead. You are being prepared for a level of influence and intimacy that requires a heart that has been tempered in the furnace. Every tear you cried when you felt invisible was a seed planted in the heavenly realms, and now the harvest is coming in. You will find yourself in conversations where your words carry a weight you didn't know you possessed. You will find yourself in rooms you once thought were closed to you, and you will walk into them with the quiet authority of one who knows they belong. This is the more than enough I promised. It is not just about having your needs met. It is about being so full of my presence that you become a source of life for everyone you encounter. The vacancy they left in your life was not an empty hole. It was a space I cleared so I could move in with my full weight. When the memories try to return, when the phantom pain of their rejection stings on a rainy Tuesday afternoon, remember that I am your holy insulation. I am the buffer between your heart and the coldness of the world. I am whispering your new name into your spirit, the name that means chosen, the name that means well-pleasing. You are not a leftover. You are not a failed project. You are a masterpiece in the middle of a glorious revelation. The world is about to see what happens when a soul stops looking for its reflection in the eyes of men and starts seeing itself in my eyes. The transformation is so deep that even your physical countenance is changing. There is a lightness in your eyes that wasn't there when you were carrying the burden of their disapproval. Stay here, leaning into this process. We are going deeper into the architecture of your destiny. I am showing you that your worth is an objective truth, established before the foundations of the world, and it is not subject to the fluctuating opinions of a human heart. Let the peace that passes understanding wrap around you like a familiar quilt. You are safe. You are seen. You are celebrated in the halls of heaven. And as you walk this path of purpose, the shadow of the one who walked away will grow smaller and smaller, until one day you will look back and realize you can't even remember the sting of their no because you are so consumed by the glory of my yes. We are building something eternal here, something that no human departure can diminish. Breathe in my strength, breathe out their ghost. The air is clear now. The path is open. Let us walk further into the light. See how the very furniture of your life is shifting to accommodate your expansion. The chair in the corner of your room, the one where you spent so many nights weeping and wondering what you lacked, has become the seat of your authority. You sit there now with a book in your lap or a prayer on your lips, and the silence no longer feels like an empty room. It feels like a full heart. I am teaching you the difference between being alone and being set apart. The person who walked away thought they were leaving a desert, but they were actually leaving a garden just before the spring. They looked at your struggle and saw weakness, but I looked at your struggle and saw the labor pains of a giant. They walked away because they could not handle the intensity of the fire I was stoking within you. They wanted a candle they could control, a flickering thing that would bow to their whims, but I have made you a bonfire that answers only to the wind of my spirit. As you move through your day, as you pour that first cup of coffee and watch the steam rise in the early light, notice how your hands no longer shake. The tremors of anxiety, the constant need to check your phone for a validation that never came, the frantic searching for a sign that you were enough, all of that is dissolving into the stillness. You are becoming a person of substance, someone who carries weight in the spirit. And believe me when I tell you that the void you left in their life is not a small one. It is a jagged, cavernous space that no distraction can fill. They are trying to replace the sun with neon lights, and they are starting to realize that the neon doesn't provide any warmth. There will come a moment, perhaps when the sun is setting, or when a certain song plays in a crowded place, where the reality of what they abandoned will hit them like a physical blow. They didn't just leave a person, they left a portal of my grace. They walked away from the one person who would have seen them through their own darkest nights with the same loyalty I have shown you. But that loyalty was being wasted on a heart that wasn't ready to honor it, so I allowed the separation. I orchestrated the distance to protect the purity of what I am building in you. Look at your workspace, your creative outlets, the way you speak to strangers now. There is a new authority in your voice. You are no longer asking for permission to exist. You are no longer qualifying your sentences with apologies for your own presence. You are taking up the space I carved out for you. I am showing you hidden treasures in the darkness, insights about your own resilience that you never would have discovered if they had stayed to buffer the friction. The friction was the very thing that polished you. Now, you shine with a luster that is not artificial. It is the glow of a soul that has survived the furnace. Do you feel the lightness in your chest when you breathe? That is the weight of their expectations falling off your ribcage. You were trying to carry their happiness on your shoulders while I was trying to give you wings. Now that you are unburdened, you are beginning to catch the updrafts. You are seeing your life from a higher perspective. From up here, the tragedy of their departure looks like a necessary exit. It looks like a door being closed so that a floodgate could be opened. I am bringing people into your path now who see you through the lens of the future, not the mistakes of the past. These new connections will not drain you, they will sharpen you. They will recognize the chosen mark on your brow. And while you are being celebrated in these new circles, the one who walked away will find themselves searching for your reflection in every face they meet, only to realize that the light you carry is singular. It cannot be duplicated. It cannot be bought. It was forged in the secret place of our communion. Stay in this secret place. Do not look back to see if they are watching. Whether they watch or whether they hide their eyes, it does not change the trajectory of your rising. We are painting a masterpiece with the fragments of your brokenness, using the gold of my presence to mend every crack. You are becoming kintsugi, more beautiful for having been broken, more valuable for the history of your healing. The sting you felt is being replaced by a deep, resonant joy that is independent of your circumstances. This is the stage of the journey where your roots go so deep into my love that no storm of rejection can ever topple you again. Can you hear the sound of the chains falling? It is the sound of your liberation. Every no they gave you was a yes from me to a greater version of your life. Every door they slammed was an invitation for me to open a window to the heavens. We are not just recovering, we are transcending. We are building a life that is a testimony to the fact that when I am for you, it truly does not matter who walked away. Breathe. Just breathe. You are home now, within yourself and within me, and the air here is sweet with the scent of a new beginning that will never end.